Welcome to Big D, Dallas, Texas, and the house the Pony Express built. Dickerson and James and SMU hoping to restore the glory and get things started in this one. What a game we have in store for you today. A Big 12 showdown, and the implications could last for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Kansas Jayhawks, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Mustangs will put toe to leather to crank us up. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. First down here for the offense. Running back searching for a hole. Running with power. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs, these 2 teams.
It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
He'll try to tack on one more. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 31-yard toss for 6. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. The give to the back. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Leaves it with the back. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one a...
Trying to get behind the defense. Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. Touchdown, SMU! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. And he tacks on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish the drive with a 64-yard scoring toss. And he takes this from inside the 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Kansas offense returns to the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on second down. Leaves it with the running back. Keeps the legs moving. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Across the 25, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. It's complete on the right side.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
He'll keep it himself. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Never a doubt. And with that, they've taken the lead. So they are lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Throws to the tight end. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers. Last play didn't go as planned. Now 2nd and 10 from the 26. He's looking to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Murphy. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Got his man quickly. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
The end of the first quarter with the score Kansas 10, SMU 7.
First down to start the drive after the break. Power football with the run. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy...
He's loose. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Mustangs. Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Arkansas is dominating this one, thanks to an offense that's been running hog wild since the opening kickoff. They're up by 25 over Tennessee. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Quick completion to the right. Makes the tackle at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. This offense has a second down play. Try to get it to the edge. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. And the Jayhawks headed quickly to the line. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
A little screen to the running back. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up. Got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Ball's at the 27. His offense facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. They're trying to get to it. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. The Jayhawks decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Spins away. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run. That's a live ball. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's amazing how play by the defensive end of the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do...
Going deep. Snags it. And he'll take it in. They Couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Jayhawks. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that. Nice job.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown. Oh, what a grab by the defense. He didn't get a lot on the return, but man, did he set his offense up at the 30.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
The give to the tailback. They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to that red zone, a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24. 6-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Nifty little scamper on this one, enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man on the outside. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Gets open down the middle. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Rock Chalk. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
SMU 14.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the returner will be brought down. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points, and you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And it's such a good opportunity to cut it to a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. A big gain there as they did a tremendous job working the middle of the field.
Yeah, and if you're going to complete that throw, Reese, quarterbacks have got to play with anticipation. You've got to get it out of your hands early and give your receiver an opportunity before the defense gets to the ball.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Couldn't quite hang on to that one, and this red zone defense came that close to forcing a turnover. 3rd down coming up.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
Makes the catch. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Charges ahead. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. Using his feet to buy time. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, SMU! Ready to try the point after. And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Jayhawks will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
You're down, obviously, at the half. We had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
He'll pull it down. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
And he's a real nowhere man, tackled in this no-gain land.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He fires it out to the right. And he's got it inside the 25. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they got it down to the 23.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. The Mustangs will hustle to the line. He'll take it himself. Touchdown, Mustangs! And that one will put him up here in the second half.
And he's in for his third rushing touchdown. You college fantasy football players, that is what you want to see. +6, +6, +6. Let's go.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20s. The Kansas offense returns to the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
This offense is starting to believe, and as they generate yards and points, they're bringing momentum with them. Looking left. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Handoff to the fullback. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Out of the gun. The running back has it. Headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Kansas. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Arkansas is currently up big right now. So much so, feels like we can hear Pig Suey inside our studio. They're up by 39 over Tennessee. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Getting some heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating this guy, making an accurate throw.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect him to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
After misfiring, it's 2nd down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Back to the air one more time. Grab near the sticks. It's Gutierrez. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
And the Mustangs are flying down the field. Here we go. They'll leave it with him. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6.
Let's go!
Off the play fake. Buys a little extra time.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Coming after him. And they can't make the connection, and 3 quarters are in the books as we head to the 4th.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Kansas 31, SMU 28.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. Looking to throw. Buys a little time. Unloads to the wideout. And that pass intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Have you ever met a wide receiver that isn't always open? They always want the football. They got so much confidence. QB rolling outside the pocket, trying to make a play. Receivers had an opportunity maybe to make a play, but you know what? I'm open, throw me the ball, throw my hand in the air. You know what, that pick?
Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
He's got it on the right. Made a defender miss. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. The Jayhawks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone. You love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And the returner will be dragged down. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to...
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. And, David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be
headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Jayhawks. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. If you want to know how to reach this guy, just send his mail to the end zone. That's where he lives.
He definitely is today. And I think the defense has to be getting a little sick and tired of the same guy beating him time and time again.
SMU 28.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, should have ran a better route.
The Mustangs want to pick up the tempo.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And that's another first down.
They'll go to the ground. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Up-tempo for the offense. Quarterback checking off. Now the play fake. Throws for the tight end. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Quarterback adapting. He's going to run it. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Quarterbacks have a hard job. They got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him. But you could tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket, improvising, making a play with his feet, and then getting the first down.
Looking to scramble. He's going to fire to the left. Makes the grab. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They want to run this quarterback. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on 3rd down?
And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Scrambling away. He'll just throw it away, and it'll be 4th down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Snap in the shotgun. And they a try to convert on 4th downs.
And that's the world we live in. You want to be aggressive. You want to get touchdowns. You don't want to kick field goals. Analytics says this. Well, now you get no points. And the defense bows up in a big part of the field, gets the big sack on 4th down and goal.
Gets it across the 10, a pickup of 5, and out of trouble to the 12.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. And the Jayhawks will snap it on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
And they'll find their way back to the line of scrimmage, and now it's time to find their way back to the locker room as this game is over. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses. In this game, it was no different.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.